The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
By the way, class, let's go back to our discussion a while ago. Oh my gosh. So, while I am, there's a feedback, right? So, let's see this one. Okay. Wait for a while. Show to you. Then, after that one, we'll be able to continue the music. Okay. But I don't know how to, to remove the feedback. I don't know. Okay. How to remove the feedback? Anybody? Anybody how to remove the feedback on the microphone? There's something wrong, right? Hello, hello, hello. Mga kapatid, hello, hello. So, it's okay now? Welcome to my live streaming. This is MC Adrian Voice. Okay, let's continue the discussion a while ago. Where did we stop? Where did we stop, guys? Where did we stop? Oh my gosh. Where did we stop? Where did we stop a while ago? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Feedback did siya. I don't know how to handle this microphone. Feedback siya. Please allow me at least 10-15 minutes while I set up this microphone. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, nabuang ang microphone. Ganon. Ano. Okay na? Okay na ba? Okay na, guys? Ano? Oh, okay. Okay na ba siya? Yes. Oh, medyo okay na siya. Okay. Okay na siya? Okay. Hello, guys! It's okay now? Oh, ang hirap naman ito. Parang hindi ganun mo talaga siya. Yung tape. Wala ka bang tape? lose connection. Ganon. Over. Hello, hello, hello. Over naman. Ganon. Ganon. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, pwede siya dito. Ganon pala siya. In fairness. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, we will be discussing now. Gosh. Hello guys. Okay now. No. I'll be discussing now folic acid or folate. Okay. Gosh. Folate, F-O-L-E-T-E. I forgot to mention that one while ago, right? Sige na ako mag-mic. Pwede naman ba magbaksa na yung boses ko, di ba? Okay. So, folic acid. Okay, later on we'll be going back to the same moment. So, let's introduce the folate. Folic acid, not folate acid. Folic acid. F-O-L-I-C-A-C-I-D. Okay, folic acid. Okay. My gosh. So, folic acid. So, it is your first encounter for this kind of acid or not? Or folate, right? Okay. Like this. So the function of folic acid really, our body makes up healthy red blood cells. Okay, to produce this one, folic acid will function. Okay, for that, making healthy red blood cells. Okay, that found out in different foods like cereals, cereals, liver, peas, P-E-A-S, like this, okay? And green leafy vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and spinach. Okay, like that, okay? Then this folate, okay, is used to treat anemia. You know anemia, a disease called anemia because of folate deficiency, okay? So this is the function of a folic acid. Okay, not only that, but it helps also for the unborn babies, especially if there are pregnant women, okay, to grow properly, the baby's brain, skull, spinal column, spinal cord, okay, like that, in order to prevent developmental problems. Okay, a lot of developmental problems that will occur, such as, what do you call that? Not good biologically, so meaning disorders for the baby, okay? The neural tube effects like this, the hydrocephalus, something like that, or a special child later on, okay? So we need to have this folic acid, okay? So folic acid is very important, right? Okay. So what is the formula for this? Okay. So a little bit higher, the carbon atoms is 19. Okay. Hydrogen is 29. Okay, ganon. And then nitrogen is 7 and oxygen is 6. Okay. CHNO, folic acid, the same as uric acid, CHNO, but differs higher molecular weight. Okay, so 19 atoms of carbon, 29 atoms of hydrogen, and 5 atoms of nitrogen, and 6 atoms of oxygen. This is a folic acid. Okay, guys? Ano siya formula? Okay? Ganon.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
because He's given Jesus say I am strong. Let a fool say I am rich because of what the Lord has Okay. Okay, now the next we'll be able to discuss the acetyl CoA. Okay, that is found in glycolysis reaction. Okay, acetyl CoA. Okay, like this. C acetyl CoA. This one. Okay, right? So the formula is carbon 23, hydrogen 38, like this, nitrogen 7, okay, oxygen 17, like that, okay, sulfur, like this, and phosphorus. Okay, phosphorus is 3, like this. Okay? Okay. Phosphorus is 3. Oh my gosh. Dami, no? 23 carbon atoms, 38 atoms of hydrogen, 7 atoms of nitrogen, 17 atoms of oxygen, 1 atom of sulfur, and 3 atoms of phosphorus. That is acetyl CoA. So what is the purpose of this acetyl CoA? So this is used in many chemical reactions, such as in the metabolism for lipids, okay, and protein, like that. And then its main function is to deliver the acetyl into the citric acid cycle, like this. Citric acid cycle, the Krebs cycle, okay, to produce an energy production, or to produce an energy. So very important also this one, okay, to produce an energy. Oh my gosh, acetyl CoA. So the hydrogenase, pyruvate dehydrogenase, hindi lang. Pyruvate dehydrogenase, ganon, is the responsible uh, enzyme for this. Okay, responsible enzyme to catalyze the reaction of pyruvate and lipoamide, like this, to to give an acetyl CoA, like this. Okay. Actually, this acetylated lipoamide and dihydro lipoamide, something like that. Okay. Dihydro, so 2. Okay. Okay, so like that. And then this will function more if it is a coenzyme. This is coenzyme, right? So the coenzyme will be thiamine pyrophosphate. Wow. It doesn't mention, but the coenzyme is the pyrophosphate, thiamine pyrophosphate. That's why it is acetyl CoA. CoA means coenzyme, something like that. Okay. So it's very helpful also. Acetyl CoA. Okay. And then we have the, what else? Oxaloacetic acid. Charot. Oh my gosh. Okay, later, oxaloacetic acid. Okay. Ano siya? Okay. And then this one. And now we go to the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Okay, something like that. So, NAD. Okay, this is one of the products of glycolysis. Okay, breaking down of glucose to give us energy. Okay, like this. The formula of NAD is, So dinucleotides, so there are two nucleotides, right? Okay. Ganon siya. Okay, so like this. Okay. Ganon. Ganon, ganon, ganon. Okay. Like this, ganon. Ganon. Okay, so ganon. Pentagon will attach, right, for this. Pentagon. Okay. Pentagon, you know pentagon? Like this. 5 sides only, right? So, okay. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So phosphorus have 5 electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, that's why we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Phosphorus, right? Ganon. So like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is oxygen. And this is oxygen, oxygen. Ganon. Oxygen, ganon. Oxygen. Okay. Like that. Oxygen. So oxygen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oxygen here. So there's a phosphate attached for this, okay? 2 phosphate because di, right? Nucleotide, and then this one here, OH, OH, and then O like this, H, OH, and then O like this, and then another pentagon, you know, another pentagon, here, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. And benzene ring, like this, benzene ring, you know, like that. Oh my gosh. Benzene ring, ganan, ganan, ganan. Okay? And this is NH2 here. Okay? And we have, okay, nitrogen here, nitrogen here, nitrogen here, and nitrogen here. Okay? And here we have the, like this. Okay, benzene ring pa din siya. Okay, but there's two like this. Nitrogen, ganon. Okay, ganon. Ganon. Ganon, okay. And then here, we have the amine. You know the amine? Okay, like this C double O and like this here, CH. Okay, NH2. Okay. Wow! Grabe naman! Talaga. Okay. Ang ganda, no? Ganun siya. Right? Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Ganun siya. Okay. Or pwede rin siya, hindi siya i-attach muna for if there are no other reactions yet. So, ganun lang siyang mangyayari. Charot! Okay. Ganon. This one. Ganda ng formula ng ano noon na nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Okay? Charot. So, this is the product of glycolysis. I'll show you so that you can understand also. So, glucose. Of course, glucose, right? Okay. That's why glycolysis, because glucose is a product also. Glucose plus 2 inorganic phosphates. Okay. Ganon. Plus 2 NADH. Ganon. Will produce. Okay, will produce pyruvate. This is the product from the glucose, right? Pyruvate. Okay, like that. Pyruvate plus 2 AD and then plus 2 ATP. ATP, sorry. NTP plus twice hydrogen plus twice hydroxyl group. Ganon. Okay. So, glycolysis reaction. Ganon siya. Glycolysis. Take note, glycolysis reaction. Grabe siya, no? Glycolysis goes to glucose plus 2 phosphates, 2 plus 2 NAD. This is NAD, right? Positive, sorry. NAD positive with charge kasi siya. Plus 2 adenosine diphosphate. Okay, equal to pyruvate. You know the formula of pyruvate? I told you, right? C3H6, no, C3H4O3. Okay? And then plus 2 NADH, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide hydrate, plus twice adenosine triphosphate, plus 2 hydrogen, plus twice hydroxyl group. So this is glycolysis. Okay, this is how our body operates when we do the cellular respiration. Okay, when we eat the carbohydrates, and then it gives us energy. So this is the process involved. Okay, like that. Without this process, and then we don't have energy because there's an ATP here. ATP is the main source of energy. Okay, this one, 2 ATP. And then again, it will produce 2 carbohydrates like this. Okay, and then again, it will split up to carbon dioxide and water through photosynthesis. It's just only a cycle, okay, for this. But of course, this for the glycolysis in our body, okay, the breakdown of glucose in our body during cellular respiration through, to oxygen, with the presence of oxygen, aerobic process, okay, like this, okay. So, meaning to say, we will produce pyruvate, okay, like this. Because sometimes there will be a question, in the breakdown of glucose in our body, like that, do we produce pyruvate? Yes or no, like this, and you don't find pyruvate, so you will be confused. So, answer yes, because we should produce pyruvate, okay, like that, to undergo the cycle, okay, to produce the ATP, some adenosine triphosphate, okay, it's the main source of energy, ganon. Okay, even though the anaerobic also produce pyruvate, and this will be the raw material to produce lactic acid. Oh my gosh, okay, fermentation. Okay, oh my gosh, lactic acid and ethanol. Okay, you know ethanol? Ethanol for fermentation. Okay, so before the fermentation will start, it starts with glycolysis reaction. Okay, through anaerobic reaction also starts from pyruvate. Okay, whether aerobic or anaerobic in the absence of oxygen or pyruvate in the presence of oxygen, still we need to use the pyruvate. Okay, that's why we have the pyruvate dehydrogenase, ganon, because that's an enzyme to catalyze a reaction. Okay, like this. Okay, ganon. Pyruvate carboxylase to produce also oxaloacetic acid in Krebs cycle. Something ganon. Oh my gosh. Actually, this is more on biology with a combination of chemistry. So again, biochemistry, right? Okay, like that. Ganon siya. So, going back to this one. Hello guys.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Oh, that was 10,000 reasons. Ganon. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Line.
Adenosine triphosphate is, only for the phosphate, phosphate, because there are three phosphate groups in the, adenosine triphosphate, ATP. Okay? Like that. So it's just a cycle from ADP to ATP, like that. And then there's glycolysis, ganon, diba? So, ano lang siya, glycolysis and then fermentation. Always glycolysis and fermentation. For anaerobic fermentation, to produce beer, wine, whiskey, like that. This is for the, fermentation. That comes also mainly for the glycolysis that produce pyruvate. Okay? So ATP is very responsible for that. And then the lactic acid, lactate, okay? Ganun. Okay? So if there's no lactate and lactic acid, there will be no fermentation of alcohol. Okay, like this. Okay, so it's gonna be, if there's an absence of oxygen, then the bacteria is used to produce for that. Okay, like that. the breakdown of those pyruvate like this. My gosh. Talaga, naubos na siya. Okay. Paano ba to? Sige. ATP. Okay, ATP, right? Okay, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, right? Yeah. Carbon, 10. Hydrogen, 16. Okay, nitrogen, 5. Okay, like this. Oxygen is 13 and sulfur is, no, phosphorus, 3. Like this. Okay, this is the formula of at ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, then the molecular structure will be like this. So P, ganun siya. So P, 3. So 3 phosphate group will be attached. Okay, ganun siya. Okay. So of course ganun siya mangyayari. So OH, 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 OH. Ganon. And then we have the O here, and the double band oxygen, double band oxygen, double band oxygen. Okay. Wala na siya oxygen. Ay, sorry. Double band oxygen, double band oxygen. Like this. Sorry for that. Okay. Ganon. So oxygen din siya. So, ganon. Tank. Okay. Ganon. So, ganon pa rin siya. OH, OH, ganon. And O, ganon. And then, ganon. Penta. And ganon. So, here, ganon, ganon, ganon. And H2, N, and here. Ganon. Yes. Sorry for that because the oxygen have unpaired electrons pa dahil siya. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ganon. Oo, kaya nga. Okay, ganun siya. Pero some books are, you know na. Sarap. This is the formula of ATP. This is the main source of energy for all human being or all living organisms. Okay, like that. So without this component, gift by God, this is natural, gift by God. Okay, it exists really through the process of, photosynthesis and also through cellular respiration. Right? Okay? Very important, right? So, from photosynthesis, you remember before, okay? And then for glycolysis also, and cellular respiration. Wow. So, this is a natural source of energy. It is in here that we get the carbohydrates. Okay? Like this. So, for example, like this is the sun. Ganon. Okay, this is the sun. And there's a chlorophyll, right? So chlorophyll in the plants, something like that. And it is held by the membrane of the thylakoid. Thylakoid is responsible for keeping the chlorophyll in the chloroplasts of the leaf, something like that. Okay? That's the job of the thylakoid. Charot! Okay? Ganon. After that, dito siya ang chlorophyll. And after that, we can obtain the carbohydrates there as a source of energy. Of course, from ATP, something like that. Okay? Then, we use light energy. That's its photosynthesis, right? And then after that, we introduce the phosphate group. After introducing the phosphate group, okay, it will donate to the high energy ATP. Okay? Because phosphate is donated to a molecule of light energy coming from the sun, it will produce ATP, due to the oxidative phosphorylation, photophosphorylation process in which the phosphate group is added to the molecule of the light energy of the sun during the photosynthesis. Phosphate is there. That's why our product have phosphate in the end. Adenosine triphosphate. That's why. Because if we did not introduce a phosphate group for that, then there will be no adenosine triphosphate. Okay, like that. Of course, with the help of the sun through photosynthesis. Okay, like this. So the product will be CO2 plus H2O, ganon. Okay, so since we make it simpler, we just use the carbohydrates as a formula for photosynthesis because carbohydrates are coming mainly from the adenosine triphosphate. So, di ba carbohydrates is C6H12O6. Okay, ganon. Plus oxygen gas. Ganon. This is the photosynthesis reaction. So you may wonder why, Sir Sotero, why we did not use the adenosine triphosphate? You cannot use the adenosine triphosphate because the phosphate will not participate in the photosynthesis. Okay, only the carbohydrates. Okay, in the oxidation reaction. Phosphate will be only be added, but it will never participate in the photosynthesis reaction. Okay, like that. So that's why we use only C6H12, or else we will use this formula much, right? CHNO P3 like this. Okay, but we use only the simple one. And then we can balance this easily. Okay, through, so the product is perfect. Okay. I cannot memorize, but let's balance. Okay. Carbon 6, carbon 6, then I have to put 6 here. Ganon. H12, okay. H2 here, then 2x. So 6 H2O. Okay, ganon siya. Oxygen, 8, and oxygen, 6 plus 12, 20. Okay. Oxygen, ganon, 20. So, we have 10 oxygen. Okay. So, ganon siya. Okay. Carbon 6 balance. Okay. Hydrogen, 12. Hydrogen, 12 balance also. Okay. 12, 2x, 12 balance also. So, oxygen is 8. Oh my goodness. So, 12 plus 6. So, missing here. So, it's gonna be 6 plus 2x. So, x is equals to 18 minus 6. How much? 18 minus 6 equals to 12. 12 divided by 2, 6. So, 6 here. So, oxygen, 12 plus 6, 18. 12 plus 18. So, balance. This is the balanced chemical reaction of photosynthesis. This one. Okay? So through the adenosine triphosphate as the main source of energy through photosynthesis during the oxidative phosphorylation reaction in which they donate the phosphate group to the adenosine triphosphate, we will obtain the carbohydrates plus 6 moles of oxygen is equal to 6 moles of CO2 plus 6 moles of H2O. So there, the cycle goes there. We breathe the oxygen, okay, we eat the carbohydrates, we release the carbon dioxide, and we take the water, right? So for the reactants and the products are useful for us to survive, right? So glucose is the carbohydrates we eat every day, rice like this, kabush, potato, and then oxygen because we breathe every day. Like if no oxygen, we will die. How can we breathe? Inhale, and then we exhale like this to remove the CO2. Okay, the product, and it will be used again by plants to manufacture oxygen and receive the carbon again to be used as adenosine triphosphates in the chlorophyll. So it's just a cycle, right? Because there's CO2, there's a carbon. When you release that to the environment, and that carbon will be used by the plants again. Okay? And the oxygen will be released there, and we breathe the oxygen also because it's coming from the plants, just like that. And then plus water. Okay? We release the water because, urine, the sweat, like this. Okay? Urine, sweat, what else? A lot of water that we release in our body also. Okay? Like the water will be there. Okay? So the plants needs also water. A lot of sources of water, not only for the human being, but also the rain, the river, the sea, like this. Okay? So everything will be there. Okay? So that's this will not be pushed through without the light energy. Okay, light energy, the radiant heat of the sun. Okay, like this. Okay, the light energy. So without the light energy, it will not produce like this. Okay, you get the point, something like that. Okay, so this is the very basic example of the conversion of the light energy into chemical energy. Okay. Sometimes, for example, give you an example of a light energy to convert to chemical energy. Sometimes you will think too much, you will forget, right? But the basic is only photosynthesis. Okay, carbohydrates plus oxygen gas plus the heat of the sun will produce carbon dioxide plus water. So that's an example of a conversion from light energy to chemical energy. Okay, because there's also a conversion from chemical energy to mechanical energy. Oh, that's for the car. Okay, car, the car, the vehicles, because mechanical energy is movement, motion, in order the car will be running. But the source there is the light energy, chemical energy, because that is gasoline, diesel, petrol. So that's an example of a conversion of chemical energy to mechanical energy, like that. And there's also an example of a conversion from chemical energy to electrical energy. That's why we have light. Okay, because uses the fuse, the battery, circuit breaker. There's also chemicals there involved. So it always start with usually the chemical energy will be present all the time. Okay, like this. And sometimes also mechanical energy. Okay, chemical energy, mechanical energy, then electrical energy such as the turbines, like this, the hydrothermal energy for the power plant, something like that. Okay, so chemical energy, mechanical energy, then electrical energy to give us light, something like that. Okay, but sometimes also will be direct chemical energy directly to electrical energy also, like the photovoltaic cells, the battery, something like that. It will not go first. It will not go anymore to the mechanical energy. Okay, it will directly produce light. Okay, through the photovoltaic cell electrolysis reaction. Okay, electrolysis meaning the reaction of a chemical, which is particularly a salt, something like that, to produce an electricity. Okay, by using the battery, something like that. The pole, the negative pole, the positive pole, the polarity of the battery, something like that. That's what we call as electrolysis. Okay, a chemical process that produces electricity, something like that. Okay, electrolysis. So something like that. So from chemical energy to electrical energy. Okay, so from light energy to chemical energy, blah blah blah, so and so. Okay, so that we can understand. Okay, something like this. Okay, so if there's no chemical energy, though, there will be no light, something like that. Okay. It started always there because the battery also have the pole, and it's composed of zinc, something like that, and that's chemical energy already. The positive and negative of the battery, the circuit breakers, there's also a chemical composition there. And then if no like that, it will not release electrical energy. So it will start with chemical energy. Okay, so ganon. So this is, photosynthesis. Okay. The electrolysis, right? We have hydrolysis, electrolysis, ganon. Electrochemical reaction, meaning involving chemicals and electricity. Di ba exciting siya? Okay, we should produce an electricity through chemicals. Oh, wow. So, electrochemical reaction. Ganon. Okay. My gosh. Talaga.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device will be connected successfully.
that's it. So, tapos na tayo dyan, no? Sa mga... Okay, let's go now to another topic. But before that, I will stop this live streaming because we have another topic for the discussion of... Wait. I need to discuss about, carboxylic group. Wow. Ganun. Okay. Okay. So let's discuss now for the another topic. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this live streaming. If you think you like this video, then you can like, comment, or share, okay, if you want, and then click the notification bell for some newest updates of I Am a Singer, the channel voice. Bye bye. See you later.